Alright, and here's a cup. So here we're looking at the video. There's where the plate is in the image. Here's the overview camera, so because the system takes a picture of the car also every time it reads the plate. And here is the actual area that we're scanning. That's what the actual scan area looks like. And remember, the scan area is actually, let's go back to video. It's what's in this box. This green, it's green now because it's reading a plate. But when it's not reading a plate, it'll turn another color. So all we have to do is go into patrol mode. And I think, yeah, this property is called test. And I'm just going to start rolling. And as I go, you'll see cars popping up as resident sticker.
Unrecognized.
All right. Here it said unrecognized on this plate.
Unrecognized.
It wasn't a good read. So, if it's not a good read, and it was kind of at an angle. So if we go John William Victor, you'll see that it's actually in the database. All you gotta do is scroll down to it, click it, and let's move on. It stores information over here. This is when the car was last read, and the GPS coordinates. So if I want to see the last reads, all I have to do is click on this. That's what the car looked like when I read it that day. That's what it looked like when I read it that day. That's what it looked like when I read it that day, or I guess that was during the day, at night. So I can just scroll down and look at each time the system read the plate. So I'll click OK, and we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and clear these errors out, and we're going to start rolling again. You can see the images or the video passing. On the left side, I have what the license plate camera sees, and on the right side, I have what the overview camera sees. You'll see that it said unrecognized when it didn't recognize a plate. Let's go and take a look at it. It looks like it read it correctly. It just didn't read that number that was behind the ball hitch. So that probably means it's not in the system. So if I do Henry John King, nothing pops up. So I'll add it to the system. Henry John King 74. I think that's a 7. I can't really tell. And over here, you'll see that these are all the different variations that it read each time it read the plate. It reads the plate about 10, sometimes 15 times every time it passes in front. So I'm going to say this guy is a resident sticker. And I'm going to say he expires in October of 2018. Click OK. Oh, I might want to put a note. Check next month. Whatever note you might want to add to a specific vehicle information. So that's what the vehicle looked like. That's the time we're reading it. And these are the information that we're setting. You can also set a permit ID if there's a specific permit ID. And we click OK. And now he's in the system. So we're going to keep rolling on by. And
unrecognized.
There's another unrecognized.
Unrecognized.
So let's check these reads. There's King Robert Mary 9936. It read that right. It's just not in the system. Lincoln George King. That's just not in the system. Let's see what this one is. That's a dirty plate. So we can say David John Lincoln. There it is. And so because that plate sometimes reads dirty, what we want to do is add all of those variations that we just got to this plate. So as you can see right now, it just has one variation. We're going to say, okay, save this variation. And now when we go back into it, we're going to go back to this plate. It'll have all these variations, which means the next time it reads this plate or it reads a variation like it, it'll be able to recognize, because that plate may have it may be bent, it may have certain things or inconsistencies. what the system does, it also does like a pattern recognition, not just a letter recognition. If it notices that that plate's exactly the same as another plate with all of its issues, and it'll still give you the correct plate number. So here again, here are the past reads on this plate. So, all right, click cancel. All right, well, I'll click OK. All right, so we're gonna keep on moving. Here are some cars right here that looks like a pickup truck.
Unrecognized.
Another unrecognized. Okay, let's see how many we've got now. We've got 3 unrecognized. Lincoln, Paul, George, that read correct, that read correct. So let's say all of these, we checked all of these, and all of these have resident stickers. Well, let's say these two. These two have resident stickers. You just highlight them and hit Control R. It'll ask you, do you want to make all of these resident stickers? Or you can hit Control S, which will ask you, do you want to make the same? So what you do is say, let's say I want to make all of these a visitor's pass that expires tonight. So now those are set. Now I want to go set this guy. I'll say, it looks like he's parked undercover. So I want to make him reserved. This is, of course, you went out and checked to make sure that the permits were valid, and you click OK. So the next time you pass it, it will show it's a reserved sticker. If you see that reserved sticker parked in resident parking, or a resident sticker parked in reserved parking, you might want to check it. So this is how fast the system reads. Now let's take a look. Can't really see that, but it's reading at 700 on an average of 714 milliseconds.
Pass expired, July 18, 2018.
As you see, heard that, it said pass expired July 18, 2018. You can have it say anything you want. You can have it say, let's put some information in here. That's this next plate. This next plate is 432 Boy Paul Tom. So let's go here and find 432. Oops. Oh no. Let's say I don't have only have Boy Paul Tom. I can put in BPT and hit return. It'll show me all the plates in the system that has a BPT in it. So I can pick the plate that I'm looking for. So you can do partial plate lookups. So here's my 43T Boy Paul Tom, and it's a reserve sticker. It is parked undercover. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to change this guy to say, I'm going to change him to say, alert if found, tow. I'm just going to say tow at manager's request. And hit OK. So I'm going to clear the system out, because it is the next plate I'm going to read. And so let's see what happens when we pass it.
Tow at manager's request.
It will say whatever you tell it to say. So if you type whatever you type in, that's what it's going to say if you choose alert if found.
Unrecognized.
The system can be used for sticker lists, for towing expired stickers or expired registration, expired whatever. It makes it a lot easier to find those cars instead of having to roll around looking for the license plates. You just roll around until it says, hey, found it.
Pass expired, July 22nd, 2018.
Now you might notice that all of the alerts sit here and they don't go away until you clear them. So to clear them, you can either hit clear here, or you can hit the home or the cursor key to the side that it's on. So if it's on this side, the left side, I would hit the left cursor key and it would clear out those alerts. Or I could just hit the clear button right there. As you can see, my LPR is averaging plates at about 26 milliseconds. And depending on how many plates you want to read per side, right now I think this is at 15 frames per second, and it's more than fast enough for apartment complexes. As fast as you should be going through apartment complexes. So as you can see, it's pretty real time. It's only taking now it's down to 600 milliseconds. It's probably taking longer.
Has expired September 9th, 2018.
Okay, September 9th. It's probably taking longer. It was taking up to 700 milliseconds, but that's probably because I was stopping on the cars and talking and narrating and that thing. But this is pretty much how the system works. I'm at an apartment complex down the street from my house, and I use it as a test. But if you have any specific questions, anything else that the video doesn't answer, feel free to give me a call or send me an email. I'll be shooting this to you here shortly. Have a good one.